Meanwhile, on the block is lot 934. A bright orange 1969 Mercury Cyclone GT two-door hardtop.
The other day we saw a Torino version, Go the Moon, and this one has that same, a different, but still for its year. The #1 performance option you could get that would be the Super Cobra Jet Big Block. Steve?
Well, yeah, this one here, it's kind of an interesting car. It's a very rare car. It's an R code 428 Super Cobra Jet 69 Cyclone, but it's been heavily modified, and that's good and bad depending on what side of the track you're from. But what we're seeing under the hood, of course, is an aluminum intake, a couple of Edelbrock 4-barrel carburetors, manifolds that have been, actually, it's got no headers. This one has cast iron manifolds. But again, this was done for a promotion, apparently, for I think it was Renati camshafts. And it's a bit of a thing where somebody's either going to restore this back to stock or leave it like it is. Either one wouldn't be a bad thing to do.
Boy, the modifications don't seem to be hurting it a bit at the moment, Steve. We're at $82,000.
I don't know, Steve mentioned it, said to be one of 3 built, according to the Ford database, from Marty Auto Works of El Mirage, Arizona, one of the definitive Ford historical offices. We may see 6 figures. Boy, there's energy in this bidding. We're already #2 of the auction. He's going to try $500 increment. Oh, I think the bidding has just blown by it. We're up to 130. Remember, our top seller thus far, 141,000. The bidder just realized the futility of that $500 ante. Saying I'm done. Isn't always true. Oh, there she goes. A world record Barrett Jackson sale at $135,000. #2 on the auction, #1 on the day.
And just to correct myself, that 70 that sold the other day was a 429 Super Cobra Jet. This one a 428. A little different animal. So just to correct myself there.
Now with that, our 71 Camaro Z28 Go future liner bust that went for $4 million a couple of years ago. We got that in the tent. We'll get Robosaurus in here. We've gotten emails asking where the Vipers are. Here's one, a 96 that is, Dodge Viper GTS Coupe.
I can't believe that we're already seeing Vipers at collectible car auctions, because I was there for reporting on these things when they were first launched. 1996, the first year for the GTS Coupe, and also the Indianapolis 500 pace car that year.
A little bit of trivia on that intake manifold. In 1995 marked the introduction of the one-piece cast aluminum intake. Previous Vipers actually had hand-assembled, brazed together intake manifolds.
Low-mile car, too. Sorry, Steve. 8,364 miles, so says the consignor. That's fairly low for one of these. They do tend to drive them quite a bit.
47 paid now, 50. At 47 paid, you're going to get 50. At 47, 50. At 47 paid, you're going to get 50,000. You're going to get 50 paid, you're going to get 50.
There's another group effort when it comes to bidding. Happens a lot.
8,300 original miles, original tires, wheels,
I don't know, what do you think?
interior, 6-speed, and air conditioning.
Well, how much? What do you think?
How much you got?
How much does he got?
Another detail about these coupe Viper motors, the cylinder heads are actually thinner and lighter than those used on the Roadsters.
At 50,000, anybody get 52? Anybody get $52,000? Are you all through? Anybody get 52,000? So $50,000.
$50,000.
And that's good, fair market value. That's what they're worth. That's a good used car price and a low mileage piece as well.
That's that gentleman's second acquisition of the day. All of the registered bidders have established their financial bona fides, usually by a bank letter of credit or so forth. There are various ways you could pay bids in on that Beverly Hillbillies TV jalopy. Now on the stage, $95,000 bid thus far, but very quickly on a beautiful 1966 Pontiac GTO convertible.
Let me tell you about pinstripes, because the other day I told you about the 65 and it should have had a single pinstripe here. This is correct, a dual paint stripe on the 66. It is standard equipment as it was in 65. But Pontiac Concourse judge emailed us to say that, believe it or not, the pinstripe was a delete option. The dealer could specify not to put it on a car if they so wanted, so they don't ding it in concourse judging if it doesn't have it. Well, if yours doesn't have it, I want to see the paperwork before I give you full marks for it. This car is presented pretty much as new. Nicely done.
112.5, 112.5, 115 tip, 115, push it out, 120, 120, 120. I'm in the middle 120, 20, 20. I'm in the middle 115, 20. I'm in the middle 117, 5.
A lot of interest in this car, obviously.
120, 117.
And top three seller on the day so far.
Said to be a correct paint-coated engine and tri-power setup. Not necessarily original, but correct.
Little added Hurst identification, Hurst shifter, Hurst plate on the trunk, Hurst center caps on the optional wheels. So a lot of adds here. Now, they're not saying the car was born this way. It has factory and dealer added options, and no Pontiac Historical Society cheap. But boy, is it gone through the roof. If the roof was up, the bidders would be through it.
Getting close to number one on the day territory. Just a two-owner car. $130,000 takes it. That's number 3 on the day and number 4 of the auction thus far.
And Bob, I'm corrected. The PHS has documented this car. I did not see the certificate with it, but the documentation that came with the car said it was certified by the Pontiac Historical Society as an original GTO, and absolutely that adds to the number.
Third acquisition of the day for that gentleman. He is having a good time and getting his money's worth.
And so is the woman sitting next to him. And I heard one bidder call his wife the CFO. I need to check with the CFO before I bid.
Well, he did say the first one he bought was for his mom. Now here's the car that Rick DeBrule introduced us to.
Nearly 5 decades. You've done Fords, you've done Fiats, you've done Ferraris. Of course, one of my personal favorites, the De Tomaso Pantera, which is how you and I first became acquainted. Would you explain what makes a car like the Rondonnée stand the test of time? That car's 45 years old. People are walking around. They love it. They love the lines. They're complimenting it. And nobody believes it's a 45-year-old show car. What gives a car like that legs?
Well, actually, one of the reasons I went to Italy, I would study architecture at the University of Michigan. My last year, I took a course in industrial design, designed a small model car. My professor sent it to Italy, and that's how I got the job at GIA. But I always admired the Italian design. We used to get these magazines from Italy, Domus, other magazines that I knew all about Italian design. For me, it was the center of design for that period. And one of the reasons that Italian cars especially stand the test of time, they take a long time to cure the proportions, the concept. The elegance of the car. If something's wrong, they don't send it away. They think about it and they go back and redo it. For example, the Rondonnée, I remember we made a buck of the car, a wooden buck. They would hammer aluminum panels over that buck, take it outside and see the sun glistening off the panels to see if it was just right. If there's a mistake, they take it back and correct it. This would go on for weeks and weeks and weeks until everyone said it's okay.
Now on the stage, lot number 962 is a 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1 Fastback.
This is a beautiful car, Bob, and it's presented as showroom. It has its antifreeze tag, its battery tag, new base coat, clear coat paint in a gleaming champagne color. And as we come inside, there's even instructions on how to honk the rim blow horn. That's where you honked it, was right on the inside of the rim. They touted that as a safety feature. This car has gorgeous paint. It has the slats, and it has the drag pack, a factory option that gave you a big limited slip rear end and this oil cooler in front of the radiator here. This is a great Mach 1, the best one of the sale so far, in my opinion.
$85,000 bid.
Now 90,000, 87, 90,000, 92, and now 92.